just tell me, we're here for Peggy. Tell me how you met and what your connection was to Peggy.
Okay. I first knew Peggy when magnet school started. And she was principal at Underwood, and I was a teacher and wanted to be a magnet school teacher. And so that was my first time I knew about her and followed her career, and I was a magnet school teacher and followed it through there. But then later on, the concept of year-round school started. Peggy was leading that committee for the district, and really is a person who did all the footwork and worked with Dr. Bridges to plan and organize all of that. I was the principal of the first year-round school in Wake County, and through Peggy's guidance and leadership, worked with her to open that school at Kingswood. So we did that for 2 years and then moved to open Morrisville, the first year-round school in Wake County, but also the first year-round magnet school in the United States. So we had a lot of attention and a lot of hard work went into that, and Peggy was with me through all of it.
So tell me about what she meant professionally first for you in terms of these as a colleague, as a mentor, in terms of what the work that she did in the school.
Well, my principalship at Kingswood, that was my first principalship. And when I was named principal and Peggy said, "Okay, Caroline, you're going to be principal at Kingswood, and I worked hard for you to get that. Now don't you mess it up." Now when Peggy said that to you, and I'd known her for a long time, we had gotten to be pretty good friends then, but I knew I was not going to mess that up. I was not going to mess it up, not only because I wasn't going to, but for her. She had that way about her that you couldn't disappoint her. Peggy was short in stature, but tall, and the way she came across with the things she said, because they came across as, "I believe in you. I know you can do this. I have faith in you." And I really think she pushed me into having that confidence that I needed to do what it took to get that school started and make it work.
What did she mean to you personally over all those years?
Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. I mean, we had lunch together, we shopped together. Every year, she and Margaret and I did a Washington trip shopping, doing our Christmas shopping together. And I can hardly think about doing that this year without her. She was just everything. I spent some time with her right before she left us, and I treasure those moments with her. She could laugh with us, tell jokes. She was a confidant, but could also set me straight in a minute with situations, both professionally when I was a principal, but also personally.
All right, tell me her favorite story that she had you tell.
Okay. When we opened Kingswood, we were there 2 years, and we were moving to Morrisville, which was going from single track year-round to multi-track. And Kingswood had been very popular, and there were lots of people who were very interested in going to Morrisville. And so we had an information session at Kingswood, and a lot of people came. That little library was packed. We were answering questions. People were even outside, gone outside, were sticking their hands in through the window to ask questions. And I was trying to answer them as fast as I could. Of course, that wasn't fast enough for Peggy, so she would come up and interrupt and take over and answer for me, as she tended to do. So we answered questions for over 2 hours. By the time we finished, we were just dead. We were so tired. And so this lady comes up to us at the end and said to Peggy, I have to ask just one more question, please. And Peggy says, "Okay, what is it? What shade of lipstick are you wearing?" And if you know Peggy, she was like the best dressed person in the world. And Peggy loved it. She just loved it because she was always so, fit, dressed to the nines and just fit. So she loved that story.
All right, last thing. One word that comes to mind when you think of Peggy.
Right now, heart. Right now, because she's in my heart and always will be. And that has to be my word.